This is not bad.
Hey, you wanna help me dig a trench?
What a difference a day makes. We probably got 8 inches of snow out here. Man, it's hard to look at, all these trucks sitting outside. We need a building. That's coming one of these days. Will it start? 6.2 diesel with no glow plugs. Woo-wee. Daggone. Let me get the key out. Still haven't fixed the ignition. I just drive them. Let's turn over. Put a little heat in it. I know the van will start. All right. 50% ether instead of the 20%. Let's give her a little drink. No problem. That 50% ether ain't nothing to mess with. Woo! It's cold. Woo! Let that baby sit there for a couple hours and run. All right. Dad's snowblower won't start. He don't live down here. He lives up the road, which means he wants me to bring the tractor. F that. I'm getting in the car, all-wheel drive. We're going to go start the snowblower. Woo! Wintertime blues. Got the starting fluid in the cup holder. We got fairly good weather here, but when it gets crappy, it gets crappy. Off to Dad's. I guess I should have cleaned the hood off. I'm bad about that. The old all-wheel drive Escalade should just get us up there no problem. Pretty crappy out. I got up about 6:30 and plowed. They got that 2-wheel drive junker in here, parked it in the middle of the road. Brian, he's got a little S10. He's gone. He ain't messing around. They're closing McDonald's today. You know it's bad when they're closing a McDonald's. Oh, this guy, he's got the Cummins fired up, 5th gen running. This ain't no game for a player. All right. This hill gets crappy. You can't even tell I plowed. I'm gonna have to get my little Bobcat bucket out and actually move some of the snow. Plowing's only so good with a 3-point blade. All right, can't see over the hood. Here we go. Get you one of these, you won't have to worry about road conditions. All right, I'm gonna drive. Well, I run my big mouth, spoke too soon, said it never snowed anymore. Last night we got 8 to 10 inches. Look at it. Even the dye in the pond is freezing green. So we're over here at Dick Banjo's not so lovely resort spa. Supposed to be keeping it out of the weather. See how good that's going. If it's got any battery to it, we're going to see if it'll start. So let's just reach in here, see if we got anything. I bet that floor's cold. Look at it. Good thing for me I wasn't born a wimp. It'll start. It'll start. King of the rat rods right there, boys. Dick Banjo. The one, the only. Dick Banjo, high water. I'm gonna get this tarp off here, fire this puppy up. That's where I need a cameraman. Want everybody to know what kind of shape it was in. It started. This is neglect right here. I'm telling you, this is honest. This is neglect. Call Children's Services on me. Because Dick isn't being treated correctly. I just simply don't have enough barn space. I gotta quit. Gotta quit putting money into vehicles and build another barn. That's all there is to it. It's cold. Let's get the snow off the feet. Alright. Bungee cords everywhere. I really didn't want to do this because so many bungee cords. Gotta make snow video. Don't snow enough. When it does, you gotta take advantage of it. So there's gonna be some drama for reasons unknown. Last time I had it running, it was flooding itself up through the carb, pouring gas out all over the engine. And I didn't work on it. Things don't usually fix themselves, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. Keeping this phone alive long enough is going to be the hard part. Oh, he's getting the tractor out. Caught Dad's snowblower on fire earlier. Sprayed ether on it relentlessly. Trying to get it to run on its own. And it never would until it blew up engulfed in flames. He was running around in circles. I was trying not to burn the barn down. There she is, boys. Heavy Chevy. Heavy Chevy. Let's throw that tarp over there. You know it won't be there when we get back. All right, I'm gonna put my bungee cords up. I'll be right back. Dick Banjo, will it start? Blizzard 2025. rating?
Yeah. Well, first bad snowstorm we've had in years here.
Let's to it boil.
It's popping and cracking. I was cracking up listening to all the bells and stuff jangling out there in the field as you're going, ripping it, and then you hear ding, ding, ding.
That's probably the hardest I ever run it there.
Yeah.
Four-wheel drive works good.
Listen.
That's just the oil. This motor makes pressure, so it breathes a little on you when you're driving it.
Is it super warm in there?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's no problem. I mean, as you can see, like, come over here and check my other car out. That's the way I go.
Yeah.
Look.
The floor in this one's real excessive.
Yeah. See? I do it all. I mean, let me show you.
We're just out having a little fun. Sammy's never seen snow this deep. Sammy, come over here.
See, we do all of our floors that way.
Yeah.
It lets things go in and out as they please.
That's real good.
She's a little, it fired up. She's a little frosty in there, but man, king of the rat rods. What do you expect?
January 2025, here we are, Dick Banjo.
I wonder how many rat rods out there are doing this in this kind of weather.
I don't know.
0. One of a kind.
All right,
we're good. Fun. It's actually going good. Get to raise a little hell. I thought I was stuck here for a minute. Just had to get out my...
It was fine.
It made ice.
I thought you did on purpose.
When you spin, it just creates ice underneath you. Look at it. This is where it gets hurt.
Yeah, we're going to have a little fun with this guy out here for a few minutes. Hey! My goodness, what a snow angel. That's real good. Look at that snow angel. Good job. And look at that. That's a good one.
Hey, you want to help me dig a trench?
Not really.
All right. It's hard work being cold. I'm ragged looking. I've been working since 6 o'clock this morning. Plowing snow, keeping furnaces running, getting fuel, plowing more snow. It's hard work being cold. You guys know how it is. Well, we're back in the shop, trying to get this frame, the bottom of this frame done, so we can flip it back over. I forgot to film my phone at the house, so I'm winging it with my phone. Last night I went to Rural King to get more welding wire and picked up weld-on hitch tube. Welded that on. Since we're upside down, there's no better time to weld that than now. And I put a gusset on it. We're never going to pull much. It's more of a recovery point, camper trailer type thing. It'll never pull more than 2,000 pounds or its own weight, but it is welded on good. That's all tied in. I'm going to make trim pieces for that. And other than that, look at it. She's looking good. Roadster shop probably be jealous of this frame when I get done. They'll be wanting to hire me to build Roadster shop chassis out of my garage on the floor with no jig probably. But look at it, man. She's flowing. We got some serious cross members in there. We'll work off one of those for a gas tank. Amazon ain't driving by, so I need to order a gas tank so I can go ahead and weld the tabs in, get the straps in for that. Up here, we're going to finish plating the front. Probably have to do 2 pieces. I was going to try to do 1 piece from there, around the mount and up, tie the motor mount into the piece. This flares out and the top don't. Like, I could cut that. Maybe I'll cut that. I don't know. I really don't want to cut into that too much. But I could probably cut that, make the plate fit, make 1 plate fit. If I'm good enough. I think I'll look better if I do it in 1 plate. I'm tired of, I don't like, if you're boxing a frame, I like to do it in as limited pieces as possible, but you're going to have seams unless, so I said after I built Dick Banjo that I wouldn't do this again. I would just go to Cornfield Customs and have him print me some frame rails. He bends them, Mandrill bends them. And Jennifer knows them. And we've met him at, but I didn't know I was going to go this far. That's what I would do next time. And I am going to do that. He's not far from here. I enjoy his metal work, so I would probably be money ahead to pay him to bid me some frame rails next time. And the way I build these trucks, I like them straight. They're going to be jacked up. We ain't worried about no clearance problems. It's a good looking frame. Like when it came in here, it was junk. I got it shining like a diamond in a goat's butt. All right, so we got an hour or two to kill. I'm gonna grab, I got more 1/4 inch steel over there. 6-inch piece of steel like that cost me, it was 20 foot cut in half. I got 20 foot of 6-inch wide 1/4 inch plate for like $100. New steel too, so that's good. I haven't had to worry about cleaning it off or anything, but I'm gonna get it, throw it on here. I'm gonna do some more grinding. I'm about down in the arms from grinding. I've just been grinding and grinding and grinding and grinding. So anxious to get this bottom done. We got some nice welding done that we couldn't get to otherwise, and can't really get behind there to get to that, I'm noticing, but it's welded on all over, plug welded, the whole 9 yards. So that's what we're doing. Enough talk, let's get to work. All right, we'll go over here, get some plate. Kind of did a hold up on the van and White's truck until we get all this grinding done. Because it's been a mess in here with all this going on. Trust me. I don't know, I could probably get it out in one piece. 25-ish, trim that down and around. Plate it, make it strong. Okay. Always watch your face when you're grinding. Carry your cheeks off. I'm gonna leave the front cross member in because it clears the engine and it's a great mounting point for the original core support. And then we're going to try to fill that whole front area with a radiator. We're probably going to have to spend some good money on a radiator. We want probably a custom built unit that'll fit that whole nose. How we're going to pay for all this, I don't know yet, but keep building. Don't let that stop you. Don't let not have any money stop you. Feel my t-shirt burning. I like these flame retardant. I like all the shirts from Western Wear, but if you don't buy a flame retardant one and you wear it to weld in, you will ruin it. That's weird. They're not all flame retardant, but they're not. So when you buy one, make sure you pay attention. I can't button it with my gloves on. I like it because they got snaps instead of buttons. Alright, we're ready to go now. Let's trim her a little more. We're going to put a notch in this. We're going to try to stick that up through there the other way. So we're not going to notch it very far. 2 1/4. Hammer! tap it in. Just tap it in. In your home. About to just cut the motor mounts off and just build them back when I'm done. That's what's getting ready to happen. All right, we're back. My phone died about the time my brain died. Screw those motor mounts, man. We ain't even messing with those. I didn't like those from the beginning. That was stage A of Jenny junking, of pull a motor out of a motorhome, put it in a truck for no money, get it running. We accomplished that. But we're going a little more serious now, so that's why I wanted to get the transmission cross member definitely located, because the cab's not on it, and I don't want to do all this and then put the cab on it and then have to cut the firewall, because I don't need to cut the firewall. So it's all gone, a seam, and I got to cut that. Let me show you a quick way to cut that, and then I won't bore you anymore. This is why I preach about 6-inch grinders. Let me show you. All right, we got our plate on there, and you can make cardboard templates all day long. Sit there with your scissors, spend an hour perfecting your cardboard template, or you can take the guard off of your grinder, put a 6-inch disc on it, clamp it in there, and do it this way. Just like that. Look, I don't know if you can see it. Look how shiny. The face of the cutting wheel, which you don't even use, is cleaning your frame as you go. So now I just go zip, 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 zip. Weld that down through there. Tack it. Don't warp it. Life goes on. Put another clamp on here. Clamp that. Weld that. I got one more side to do. I got some imperfections to fix. I got some other little things to do. And we're almost, I'd say we're about 4 or 5 hours labor of flipping this baby back over. And when it goes back over, it's going to be going back together for good. So this is farther than I wanted to take the project, but once you start, unless you're a half-ass, you got to just go for it, because somebody might walk up to you someday and want to buy it. What if you build a piece of junk and somebody walks up to you and wants to buy it? Then you're going to look like a fool. They're going to expose you. They're going to show your cracked welds and your shoddy workmanship. So I don't want to sell anything, but I work on all of them like I could sell them. So that way, when they're done, at least they are mechanically sound. So I'm going to hit that with the welder, make my other side, cut my frame. There's no reason to show you all that because it's just redundant. I'm just doing the same thing over and over. But 6-inch grinder disc, it'll follow that curve better than a 4-inch, and it'll allow, you got more meat, so you don't have to worry about your hub digging into your frame, because that's when it gets in the way, and then that starts making your cut all crooked and everything. A little bit of crooked on there don't hurt, kind of gives it that tapered look, but what do I know? All right, we're going to film one more before we end for the night. This is the axle that was in Jenny Junkin, and this is the axle that was in the plow truck that I bought that was broken in half. Now this is a matching axle to the front, but we don't know what gears it's in. You always hope for some 410s, unless you want the Cummins swap. So this is a 9.5-inch ring gear, 14-bolt semi-floater. They call them. There's no floating at all. I don't know why they call it a semi-floater, because the axles don't float. It's a standard axle. It is better than a half-ton. Maybe. It might not be better than a 12-bolt, but it's better than a 10-bolt. And it's rusty. So we're wondering what gear's in it. Hopefully, man, it stinks already. It's weird that there's no oil in it. Okay, that's real weird. So, it don't look hurt. They might have run this one dry for a little while. It is, I guess it's a semi-float because it has the adjustable caps in here. I don't know. I was worried oil was, this is why you always check. I was worried oil was going to come out. There's no oil in it. Put a gov lock in it though. Just move the camera. Well, where's the numbers? They're never where you want them to be. Very alarming that it didn't have any oil in it. It doesn't look bad. There's some oil in there. The cover was not hardly even gasketed on. Shit you buy. They said, oh, it was plowing snow. How would you know? We'll have to drive it all around the whole barn to find out what gears are in it. Everything spins good inside there. Here we go. Here we go. What gears you want to bet's in it? Okay. This ain't bad. Sometimes this is not bad. This is not bad. This is an ongoing theme. This may just determine. So let me boil it down. This is a 9.5-inch ring gear, semi-float. There's no hub sticking out of the drum. There's really no kit to disc brake this rear end. You got a drum brake, rebuild this rear end. There's probably weld-on kits, and you could spend your time, but you're going to waste your time. It's a throwaway axle. Unless you're just street driving with nice hubcaps, they're good axles. But for our application, I hate to not use it because if I don't use it, it'll never get used. You know what I mean? It'll get thrown out. So I'll get up on jack stand, spin it over, see how much the brakes are. If I don't want to use this, I could take the 373 I got from Josh, one of the axles for Dick Banjo I'm not going to be able to use, and I can put a floater in this if I want. It's just things to think about. I could just brake it cheap that way, fit like we talked about before, so this axle may get scrapped. If any of you out there needs a semi-usable 14 bolt, hit me up because I'm having bad luck with axles here lately. You can't hardly find this stuff anymore because the trucks have skyrocketed, so have the prices. So I tried to accumulate some parts. I got a set of half-ton axles out there I could slap in it, but I try not to build half-tons because it just makes me want to upgrade later. So what we'll probably end up doing is getting a good 373 axle, bringing it in, and putting it in when we flip it over. We'll take this axle out. I already got it stripped down. I know what I got. I can start buying brake parts right away for that, and we'll go that way. That's the way we'll go. So long, 14 bolt semi-float. You semi suck. No oil in it either. So you seen it here first. I'm going home, I'm going to eat. It's 9 o'clock at night. People say I inspire you, but we're all fighting the clock. So inspire yourself to find an hour a day, half hour a day, clean your garage up good, and go out there and just try to do something whenever you got the chance. Luckily for me, Jennifer allows me to be down here when we don't have any obligations going on. I'm just trying to kick butt, spend as much time as I can during bad weather. I had to plow today and stuff, so I didn't get down here till later. But grind hard, man. Just keep at it. Sleep less. Work harder. We'll see you at the end. All right, here we are. Another freezing day in Ohio. But we've been working on this some today already. Last night I was making the boxing plate for the driver's side. This morning I came down and finished one for the passenger side. It's upside down. Whoop. And I'm gonna finish grinding that out. Debating if I should throw any paint on it. I got a lot more welding to do when I flip it over, finish everything, weld a lot of these side holes up, grind those down. I don't know. I mean, I get impatient. I should probably just wait. But I got to get, so I checked on this axle. We're not going to use it. But we may use it for something. We're just not going to use it for this. So it can go outside in the laydown yard. That's what Voltol calls it. I always want to call one the laydown yard. So the axle we are going to use, 373 floater that I already stripped the brakes off of in the last video. It's laying out here in the snow. I got the Bobcat out there running. We're going to lose all of our heat, but the heat's in the tools. So we're just going to move some stuff around, open the doors, and do our thing. I still haven't really plowed the snow out there, so let me set this up. Woo! You ain't going to like this. Look at it. Tundra out there. So we'll just leave the door open and we'll deal with it. Be right back. Woo! All right, safety first. That's how heavy those wheels are. It just flips off the other side clean off. Batteries die fast in the cold, boys. Let's get this other wheel off. Woo! Say goodbye to the chunky rear end. All right, well, we lost all of our heat, but the wood stove's going. Got the wood back in, and we got turbo heater to keep up with things. So 14 bolt full floater, 373. This was one of the good ones from the pair I bought. So we'll go ahead. I mocked the leaf springs up to fit this spread, this leaf spring spread. But the shock brackets are not going to work. So I'll let it get in here. I'll let it thaw out. I'll cut the brackets off, grind those down, clean it up, and it'll get painted too. Everything's going to look brand new when we're done. I'm excited. I keep telling you, I'm excited. But I'm like a backflip or something. I really like Ray from the Whites and the Whitakers, and somebody said don't make fun of him, so I can't no more. So I don't know how to show my excitement. Keep building. Got to go do some run around. I'm going to let this stuff thaw out, go to the bank, give them all my money, and then I'll be back. Everybody always says how much snow you get, and then everybody lies. Well, tape measure don't lie. We're standing here at the ramp truck. Let's see what she says. We bottomed out at 7 1/4. That's all she's got, folks. 7 1/4. Be thankful. All right, we're back in the shop. It's dark. Good time to get the grinding done. We got pretty much. We're pretty good. We got some finished sanding to do and some heavy grinding right there, and then just a little bit in the front here. So what I like to do is I use I use electric grinder for this heavy cleanup work. Start with a stone and get the heavy stuff. And then before I dig through and leave scar marks with the grinder wheel, I switch over to a flap disc. These are 40 grit. I get these off Amazon. Buy them as cheap as you can because you burn them up in seconds. So the more money you spend on that stuff, it really cuts into your budget. We're just going to jump in here real quick, finish grinding this stuff out. Garage is a mess. I like to knock the heavy weld down with this because the top of the weld will just eat that sanding disc alive. Nobody wants to be your friend when this kind of work's going on. This is horrible stuff. Now I take sanding disc, and I finish her out. Can't hardly finish with a grinder wheel. It's just going to leave a rough area. All right, I won't bore you with a whole lot of that. Look at that. So that one over there, she's looking a little rougher. I'm going to finish that up all the way back to that hanger. And then pretty much I got some holes. I've been welding up holes on the sides. Some of them are too big. I'm going to have to make little plates. I should have put backing plates in there. I didn't really. It just snowballed. You know how things snowball. There's nothing you can do about it. But all the major welding is done underneath. We're just doing prep work now. We'll flip it over. I'm going to do about 2 more hours of grinding. I'm going to make these little pieces here before the night's over with. It's only 6 o'clock. And then we got the axle here. We're going to cut these perches off here in a few minutes. Help if I show you. These perches, we're just going to cut them off as close as we can to the axle. Clean up the spot where they come off. And then take a wire wheel on a grinder, and we'll clean that whole axle up, and it'll get painted black too. All fun. I don't know about you guys, but for me, time is money. If you could save time somewhere, that's money. A lot of projects get stalled because you don't have time. A lot of projects get stalled because you don't have money. So I try to do everything myself. I don't pay anybody to do anything else. Fix my own motors, build my own frames. Right now I got to patch this hole because the rear piece of steel I put in for the bumper frame connector is a little taller. So I'm going to show you the absolute fastest way, other than me talking right here. I'm going to show you the absolute fastest way to fill this hole. This is just an easy rectangle, but some guys go to the cardboard, go to the scissors, spend a little time doing that, make them a perfect piece. There's nothing wrong with that, but I'm going to show you how I do it and how I save time. There's no cardboard or scissors. The only cardboard I got goes in the fire. Unless it's something really tricky, then I'll draw a picture. But I just happen to have a piece of steel that once I weld it in will be perfectly the right width. So I could mark it, take it over there, clamp it, cut it, clean it up, barely be able to hold it while I clean it, deburr it. That all takes time. It's hard on your knees, get up, get down. So what I have is my welder, cutoff wheel, flap disc sitting here, marker. I'm not even going to use the marker. I'm going to put that back in my pocket. I already have my ground hooked up. As long as my welder acts right, I'm going to show you how to fix this real quick. That's it. Back it. All right. No cardboard. That's ready to weld. Four minutes in. Got a little divot, let's fill it. Hit it while it's hot. All right. Before I get sidetracked, 10 minutes. That's what my phone says, 10 minutes and 20 seconds. That's how long it took me to come over here, sit down, tell you what I was going to do, and do it. Practical solutions to complex problems. That's what we do here. We don't have a lot of money to throw at these things. We don't have the money to pay someone to help us. We don't have the money to pay to learn how. So 10 minutes. So I'm going to go over. Well, I have everything here. I got to do the other side. There's no reason to show you that. Same process. Stick the 1/4-inch plate up there, tack, prep, clean, cut. And then it's just like icing a cake. It's how good you want to do it. You know, do you want to chase perfection? If you want to chase perfection, you start off with brand new steel, not 1940 steel. But you're not going to have much character in your 2025 steel. It's just going to be straight unless you find somebody to bend it for you. I like to keep some of the character to the vehicles intact, and that's what I probably got 40 hours, maybe more. I don't know. I don't keep track. I should. 40 hours, 50 hours, and saving this frame and making it into a usable piece. Now, it's strong. I wish I would have had a way to weigh it before I did all this and then weigh it now, but I've added a couple 100 pounds of steel to it, and that should really help it out. It's going to sit proud, and I'm going to be proud because I built it with my own two hands, and that's what it's all about. So get out there and work on something. I'll be right back when I finish the other side. All right. Here we are. I got the other side capped, that side capped. Everything's good. I've been massaging it. Everything's good under here. Run your hand down it. It's smooth. It's you can't chase perfection. You eventually just got to say this is good enough. And will it hold paint? Probably it will. Who knows? Who cares? It's just gonna look good, right? Last little fab job of the night. So I'm gonna cut these shock brackets off these 14 bolt. I'm gonna try to cut them off as close to the axle as I can and try to reuse them. The reason I'm cutting them off is Chevy's had staggered shocks, one to the back, one to the front. I'm not doing it that way here. We're just going to run them from the top front of the axle up forward. Cleaner look from behind and more symmetrical. So enough splaining. Let me get a cutoff wheel. Jump. All right, there's one. I like to cut little slits in them. Then I'll grab the grinder and go over that, and we'll clean all that up. We'll make that clean and pretty. Let's cut the other one off. I'm going to spare you the misery of having to watch this. It's the same as the other one. That's probably where we're going to end that. I'm going to take a wire wheel. I'm going to clean this up some while I got it sitting here. And then tomorrow I'll get in here and I'll clean everything up, get my Bobcat, flip this baby around, get it back up in the air, more centrally located to where we can start reassembling it, finish the welding on top, clamp everything down, grind everything down one more time. That's it. We'll just keep moving forward. See you tomorrow.
Oh. That's going to wrap it up for our Wednesday video. It's Wednesday morning right now. It's cold out here. We've still got snow. Tim's got to clean up, and we got more snow coming this weekend. So
no sign of melting anytime soon.
No.
I don't mind the snow if it comes and goes, but lingering like this. Now it's all turning to ice. But
It's freezing.
everyone's dealing with it, so.
I didn't wear a coat so you could see my shirt. You guys should go get yourself a Dick Banjo t-shirt or our new limited edition collection shirt. For everybody that's placed orders, we appreciate you so much. The weather held us up a little bit on shipping, but everything got sent out yesterday, so that should be in the mail. Be on the lookout. piece.n.grease.com. If you haven't gotten any merch yet, get over there.
We're just building 4-wheel drive, 2-wheel drive,
Yeah,
retro stuff. So,
having fun.
Yeah,
as much as possible.
Yeah, there. We appreciate you watching, following along. I feel like it could get boring, but I'm sorry.
Yeah.
We're just going through the motions of life.
The fun's coming. Stick with it, and we appreciate all of you. We appreciate the comments. We appreciate you watching every video. That means so much to us. If you don't follow us on Facebook, do so. We have a page there. We have a TikTok. We have Instagram. We're trying to do better this year with all of our social platforms, so we're going to keep you up to date on a daily basis of different things. So
Might have a little collaboration coming up in a month or two.
yeah, that's
We're going to have to go somewhere warmer.
We're done with this cold.
We're like, what can we do? Anything better than this? Just trying to get stuff done. Had Dick Banjo out in the snow. That was fun. Dick Banjo fired right up. He sits down there. We're going to bring it back in the garage and finish the doors, do some stuff to it. We're going to drive it more this year. We want to make sure everything's just good to go. Cross our T's, dot our I's. There's nothing wrong with that car. It goes anywhere you want to go. That's it, man. We're just having fun.
Yeah.
We're looking forward. We got the steel for the ramp truck. We're just caught in the winter like everybody else. If we had a 100 by 60 barn with a heated floor and a heated
It'd be a dream come true.
yeah, but we don't.
We don't.
I was watching Sleeper Dude, and they were all huddled around 3 heaters.
Oh,
so,
man.
Big barns are hard to heat.
It's true.
But anyways, speaking of, I'm going to go get a fire started in mine, get warmed up.
I'm
Hope
gonna
you enjoy the video.
Sammy back to school finally. They're going back today. They'll probably be off tomorrow. That's probably how it'll go. So
First day they've been back to school since like
20
December
days,
18th.
dude. It's been
or
forever.
Like December 20th
it's
or
a
something.
long time. It's
So,
a long time. So
peace and grease.
all right, we'll catch you on Sunday. See you later.